Everybody in? All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so the main reason I'm here is for just to give y'all inspiration. That's the main thing. Somebody like myself, coming to y'all. I just want to show y'all like I'm the same as y'all. I'm no different. I'm a human. I bleed. Everything just like y'all do. I breathe oxygen and all that stuff. I'm no different from y'all. And that's the main reason I go to, in the States and stuff, I go to a lot of kids and I talk to them because I want to just tell y'all like I'm no different and you can really do anything you want in life. It's really it's no limit to what you really can do. As long as you really believe in yourself, you focus and and just dedicate yourself to whatever you want to do in life, you really can do it. And so that's the main reason I just want to come to y'all today, is just to show y'all and tell y'all like you really can do anything. Like I'm not just saying this to say it, like you really can do anything, but of course you have to dedicate yourself, you have to focus, and you have to really believe in yourself. Like one of my main things coming up in boxing, it was like being around like great champions. When I moved to Houston, I'm from New Orleans, but when I moved to Houston, I was just around so many, like it was just a gym full of like real great champions, and it just made me realize, just being around that, training next to them, it made me realize like I could do the same thing. And so that's why for me, I'm coming to y'all to let you know like you can do the same thing. You can be great. Now you don't have to be a fighter. Like fighting, of course, boxing is a different animal. To be a fighter, you have to be a different type of person. But just because, or even an athlete, you don't have to be an athlete, but you can do, like for real, anything. But like I said, you have to always, you got to dedicate yourself. You have to dedicate yourself. You have to be focused. And you gotta sacrifice. And for me, a big thing for me is sacrifice. Like one thing I did coming from New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina, I always wanted to go back because all my friends and family, they all moved back over there. And I lived in Houston, and it was only because of boxing. Like I really believed in myself, and I wanted to stay. I stayed in Houston. I didn't want to stay, but I know I stayed in Houston because I felt like this is my sacrifice. So no matter what you do in life, you have to sacrifice. If you want to be great at something, if you want to be good, you sacrifice, focus, and dedicate yourself. And that's just my little speech. And if y'all got any questions, you can ask.
Brilliant.
Any questions?
Yeah,
How did you get into boxing?
I grew up fighting. I kind of grew up fighting, just rough. I played every sport, but then once I started boxing, it was just something that I just loved. As soon as I started boxing, it was something I really loved to do, and I just saw myself being good at it, and then just like I said, I sacrificed, I believed in myself, I focused, and I just kept it up. So, but yeah, to answer your question,
How old were you?
I started when I was like 16, 17, which is a late start for boxing.
Yeah.
But one thing I did to get to the level I'm at is like I read a lot. I read a whole lot, and I studied a lot. I studied a lot of boxing. I read a lot. And it's because I felt like I had a late start, so I had to catch up. And so I know, of course, in the gym, we all work hard in the gym. I did a little more than everybody else in the gym, but for me, my thing was I read a whole lot. I just had to know everything about boxing, and then I studied as far as like watching films and stuff like that. So that's kind of, that was kind of my process.
Question?
Maybe because like fighting full-time boxers really.
Remember?
Wait, what?
Shall I say that there then? Okay. That's the retired boxers, isn't it? Yeah. So Akeem was saying, if you could fight any boxers who've retired, like just in history.
Probably Henry Armstrong. Henry Armstrong was like, if you don't know who that is, he was the only person in history to win 3 different belts at the same time, simultaneously. He won, I think it was on featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight, all at the same time. And he was like 5'4", and that's how good he was. He just kind of enforced his will on everybody and just beat him up. And that's why I love to like get some experience like that from somebody.
Any other questions?
We have got loads, but John's got.
If someone wanted to be a boxer, how would you advise them?
Just like I said, you really gotta dedicate yourself. It's a lot because I got kids, right? And my son, he's really rough. He's just really rough at being a fighter. But I don't think I would want him to fight unless if I told him if he wanted to be a boxer, if he wanted to fight, I tell him you gotta really dedicate yourself, because if we all know this year, there's a few fighters that died this year in the ring. I mean, even a couple of months ago, it was like 2 in a week or something like that. So if you really want to dedicate, if you really want to box, you really want to fight, you really have to be serious about it. It's like, for me, it's like I say 10 toes in. You have to be all the way in. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So you have to do it. It's like all the way. In boxing, if you want to fight, you have to do it all the way, because it's a danger. It's like we say, you don't play boxing. It's true. You can play football, you can play basketball, you can do all that stuff, but in boxing, you don't play it. So you have to be serious about it, because it's man or woman fighting another. It's equal, you know, and they fight each other and they trying to hurt each other. So if you want to do it, I just say make sure you take it serious. Make sure that's the first step. Make sure you want to do it, and make sure that's something you really want to do. And if you do it, make sure you really take it serious. And then, of course, then you start training and get good coaches and all that type of stuff. But the first thing is you got to be dedicated, all the way, 100% dedicated.
What would winning the Ali Trophy mean to you?
Man, it's everything, man. It's winning the Ali Trophy. It's only 2 people in the world that have it right now. That's it. So I'll be the third person. I'll be the third person in history that win the Ali Trophy. So I mean, for me, that's like, I mean, it's a very, very big deal for me.
What else is on the line?
My belt, I have the WBA, IBF. That's his belt. The Ring Magazine belt, that's like one of the most prestigious, the Ali Trophy, and on top of that, I have the WBC Diamond, and that's a promise to the big title at WBC. So it's kind of everything on the line right now. Yeah, it's like do or die basically.
You already get some work in?
Let's start.
One more question.
Did you get into trouble?
Yeah.
You ask my dad. My dad if I got in any trouble. If I got in any trouble.
Did he get in trouble when he was a kid?
Not really, not trouble where it would be life changing, small troubles.
Yeah.
He stayed away from that. I think early on it's all kind of seen that kind of thing. Young men always think to look for it. So also do that. Yeah. So not even necessarily life threatening. That life changes with young life.
Well, he wouldn't be here otherwise, would he? Yeah.
Because in America, it's locked up or dead, and that's too. A lot of black men in America face the same challenges, and that's the biggest ones.
Yeah.
I was just talking to some of his teammates about, at 25 years old, black men celebrate their 25th birthday because a lot of them can't make it to 25 years old. Yeah. And so he faced the same thing.
How much did your dad have to do with that, staying out of trouble?
He was always around. Like we kind of always like played sports, and he like a real good teacher. He always try to like stay on me and my sister. He was always there to like show us, just always a good teacher. Like my son now, and it's something it's something he has, but I don't have. Like as far as being a teacher, like I don't have that. Like I know I don't have the patience for it, but he has it. It's something that he has. He can be there and work with you and stuff. And like I say, it's something that I know. Like I respect teachers to the fullest because I have kids and I try to teach my son. I sat down with him doing homework and stuff, and it's something that I don't have, and that it's a special person that have to do that type of stuff. Patience, I don't have it. I just don't. Like me and my wife, we try to talk to our son, and it's just like something that we don't have. So he taught, like when I was coming up, he like showed like always want to practice with me like basketball and football and all that stuff. And same thing now with my son. He taught him how to play chess. 5 years old, he taught him how to play chess, and he actually like good at it right now. And so that's something that like I said, he has. But I don't have it. I don't have the patience and stuff like that.
Your amateur career. How was it?
My amateur career, same thing. Like I said, I started late. So, but I was just good. I was a natural fighter. Coming up in the amateurs, I was just a natural fighter. Like now I'm a professional, and I know you don't want to take punches and stuff like that. But in my amateur career, I was ranked number 4 in the United States before I turned pro. I went to Olympic trials and a state champion, national stuff. Against the nationals and all that type of stuff. But as far as amateur, my style, I just always had a pro style. I always just like in the amateurs, I'll like take 10 just to get 1. But I know if I hit you with that 1, I'm gonna hurt you. So that's kind of how my amateur career went.
And what was your record?
Last question.
It was 87-7. Yeah, it's close to 100 fights.
We're gonna go in there. We're gonna
Yeah.
go in. We're gonna do a little session. Let's go, guys.